Hello, my name is Dixon, and welcome to Galician Culture into English, Transcultural Strategies in the Translation of Galician Fiction. So I'll start by introducing myself. I'm originally from the UK, but I moved to Galicia in 2018. I have 5 years of experience in total as a lectora de inglés at the USC and the UDC, and I'm currently undertaking my PhD in Advanced English Studies at the UDC, as well as being a member of the University Institute of Research in Irish Studies. Here you have my table of contents. But without further ado, I'd like to move on to my introduction. So I've stumbled upon these posters and publications on Twitter, or should I say X, and I think they symbolize quite well what I'm trying to say with my thesis. So here we have, in Galicia, we don't say take care, we say consentidinho, rapaz, consentidinho. And in Galicia, we don't say eat the last piece, we say non deixedes a vergonza do galego. And as you can see with these examples, when translating between cultures, some strategies can fail to capture the all-important underlying connotations embedded in the original. In the case of Galician to English literary translation, while more and more novels are being translated and a global vision for Galician literary works has been imagined, the truth is these are limited to an academic readership in general. 23 novels were translated between 2000 and 2018, and several more have been translated since then, but they are not enjoying the success that they would perhaps like. One aspect which I believe could contribute to this, which has not been investigated in great deal, is that of the translation strategies used by the Anglophone translators, especially given their added role as cultural intermediaries, as noted by several scholars, and the fact that Galician fiction is often filled with journalistic realism and historical, cultural, linguistic, geographical references, which are really, really important to understanding the texts. What I aim to do with my thesis then is to analyse the translation strategies employed in Anglophone translations of contemporary Galician novels, in terms of how these strategies help them to fulfill their intentions or their function, particularly in terms of the treatment of the ever-present culture-bound terms, which are so crucial to many of these works. I have selected, and of course, from my conclusions, I hope to propose alternative strategies in order to better fulfill these aims. I have selected and compiled a number of contemporary Galician novels along with their English counterparts, particularly those which are heavily imbued with cultural references, or simply or those that are set in Galicia. I have also analysed closely the strategies used based on theory and contextual information, and then categorized the cultural references using Newmark's framework. Now, for Newmark, culture is the way of life and its manifestations that are peculiar to a community. And he divides culture according to ecology, material culture, social culture, organizations, customs, activities, procedures, and concepts, and finally, gestures and habits. Although I will explain that I feel there should be extra categories, such as language, which Newmark does not feel is necessary. However, in the case of Galicia, as it's a minority language in Spain, and the same goes for the other minority languages in Spain, that language is a very important part of culture, and any references to that, of which there are in many Galician novels that I've studied, that must be accounted for. Here you have a selection of the translations I have analysed. I have analysed a total of over 25. novels alongside their English counterparts, and these are those that I've whittled down so far. With one of the novels having been originally published in English in 1959 and another more recent in 2015. In terms of theory, I'm taking a transcultural approach, since it considers questions of power between hegemonic and non-hegemonic cultures in a world that is increasingly interconnected and entangled. I also draw on theories such as functional translation as proposed by Nord, Skopos as explained by Veneer, Venuti's foreignizing and domesticating translation methods, and other really crucial theorists as well have really helped, and especially because they seek to justify the translation strategies in terms of whether they are able to serve their purpose. Also, there are several scholars who provide insights into other aspects of Galician to English translation, and there are many scholars who have investigated the topic in general, and of course I'm going to be drawing on them a lot. So here you have my works cited. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions?